Welcome to our channel. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe.
Phineas and Ferb. Perry Speaks. One summer day, Phineas and Ferb were in the backyard. Their pet platypus, Perry, was there too. What to do today, Phineas said. Any ideas, Ferb? Ferb just shrugged. How about you, Perry? Phineas asked. Bursting with any plans? Perry made his chittering noise. I wonder what that means, Phineas said. Then he had an idea. Ferb, let's build a Perry translator. The boys went right to work. They built a huge machine. It was covered with switches, buttons, and dials. It even had a microphone and a giant speaker. Now all we need is our subject, said Phineas. Where's Perry? The brothers looked to the left. They looked to the right. They looked up and down. But Perry had disappeared. Phineas and Ferb didn't know that their pet was actually a secret agent, and he was on his way to an important meeting with his boss, Major Monogram. Perry put on his hat to transform into Agent P. Then he used a remote control to enter his hidden lair. Agent P watched Major Monogram on a large computer screen, but the lights kept blinking on and off. Sorry about the lights, the Major said. We're using a new energy source and haven't quite got it working smoothly yet. Major Monogram held up a piece of paper. It was covered in black ink. We're saving paper by printing on the same piece over and over again, he said. For the life of me, I can't make this out. Well, I'm sure it says something about Doofenshmirtz. Go get him! After Agent P left, Major Monogram went to check on the new energy source. It was Carl, the intern. He was pedaling an exercise bike to power the lights. Carl, pedal faster, Major Monogram ordered. I've got to check my email. Agent P ran through the backyard. He needed to find his enemy, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but before he could sneak by, Phineas spotted him. Oh, there you are, Phineas said. He took the platypus over to the animal translator. It's time to hear what's on your mind. Just as Perry was about to speak, Isabella came into the yard. What you doing? She asked. Ferb and I have invented a Perry translator, Phineas replied. That's great, Isabella said. But don't you need Perry to be here for it to work? Phineas turned around. The platypus had disappeared again. Just then, the friends heard a small, squeaky voice behind them. I sure love worms, it said. Big, fat, juicy worms. Got to find them, got to eat them. The friends turned around and saw that a bird had landed on the animal translator's microphone. Every time the bird chirped, the machine translated what it said. Phineas was thrilled. The invention really worked. Phineas decided to see if the machine worked on other animals too. How about you? He asked a squirrel. Do you understand me? Oh, I do, the squirrel replied. Do you have any nuts for me? That's so cute, cried Isabella. Do you think it would work on my dog, Pinky? It couldn't hurt to try, Phineas said. With a device like this, all animals can finally say what's on their minds. The bird overheard what Phineas said. It went to tell some pigeons. The pigeons told a dog. The dog told a bunch of cats. Soon, all the animals in Danville were on their way to Phineas and Ferb's backyard. Each animal used the machine to tell Phineas about its problems. A chubby orange cat meowed into the microphone. It wanted its owners to give it more food. I see what you're saying, Phineas said, but they're giving you 12 cans a day. Technically, you're not underfed. Next, a black dog barked into the translator. "Oh, yeah," Phineas said, nodding. "I've been getting a lot of complaints about the vacuum. Just let it out." Meanwhile, across town, Agent P was searching for Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He found the evil doctor deep in the forest. The platypus was just about to sneak up on him when... thwack! A giant cage landed right on top of Agent P. "Ha ha!" Dr. Doofenshmirtz laughed. "You like my new cage? I got it from a second-hand shark supply store. It was half off, because something bit half of it off." Now that Agent P was trapped, Dr. Doofenshmirtz told the platypus all about his evil plan. "With this remote, I will open the Danville Dam, flooding all the streets," Dr. Doofenshmirtz said. "But how will people get around?" "They will have to buy my latest invention," he cried. "It's like a car, but it can drive on water. Behold!" He yanked a sheet off a large object next to him. There was a boat under it. "I call it the Buoyancy-Operated Aquatic Transport, or BOAT for short," he said. "Everyone will want one." Back at home, Phineas and Ferb's older sister, Candace, was worried. Her crush Jeremy hadn't called in 4 days. "I'm not expecting Prince Charming to bring me a glass slipper," she said, "but a phone call would be nice." Just then, Candace's phone beeped. It was Jeremy. He asked if she wanted to play video games with him. Knock, knock, knock. "Hold on, Candace," Jeremy said into the phone. "Someone's at the door." When Jeremy opened it, Candace was standing there. She had run all the way from her house. "So, video games?" she asked. Candace and Jeremy started playing a game. Suddenly, a tiny poodle jumped up on the couch. It belonged to Jeremy's little sister, Susie. The dog growled at Candace. Then it peed on her shoe. Candace tried to dry her shoe with some paper towels. "I can't believe this," she grumbled. But Susie's dog still wanted to bother her. It ran off with her shoe. "Hey!" Candace cried. She chased the dog into the bathroom. It held her shoe over the toilet. "Don't even think about it," Candace warned. Candace tried to flush the paper towels she had used to dry her shoe down the toilet. But Susie's dog dropped the shoe in too. The toilet clogged up. "No, no, no!" Candace cried. Paper towels and toilet water exploded all over the bathroom. Candace's shoe flew out too. Candace didn't want Jeremy to see her covered in toilet water. She ran home, leaving her soggy shoe behind. Meanwhile, in the backyard, Isabella gave Phineas an update. "We've got 78 complaints about food quantity," she said, "and 42 requests for belly rubs." One of the fireside girls joined them. "The Joneses' hamster says it's going to lose it if someone doesn't oil the wheel in its cage," she said. "So, what are we supposed to do with this information?" Isabella asked. "Let's tell all the owners what their pets want," Phineas exclaimed. Just then, Candace got home. She was in a really bad mood. "What is going on here?" she yelled. "We made an animal translator," Phineas explained. Candace groaned. "I have had it with stupid animals today," she shouted. The animals didn't like what Candace said. A big dog barked into the microphone. "Get her!" the machine translated. The animals chased Candace. Back in the forest, Dr. Doofenshmirtz pushed the button on his remote control. The Danville Dam opened. Water flooded out. The BOAT started to float. Luckily, the water also knocked over Agent P's cage. The platypus swam to safety and jumped onto the BOAT. "Perry the platypus!" the evil doctor exclaimed. I always forget that you are a semi-aquatic mammal. Across town, the animals chased Candace through the city and into the forest. Suddenly, the river Dr. Doofenshmirtz had released from the dam washed over everything. It swept the animals up into the Boat. The water rushed toward downtown Danville. Agent P knew that he didn't have much time. He dived off the Boat and swam as fast as he could to a high wall with a wheel on it. "Don't open that!" the doctor cried. Agent P turned the wheel. A moat around Danville opened just in time. All the water flowed around the city. Danville was saved. Now that Dr. Doofenshmirtz's evil plan had been stopped, Perry sneaked back home. When Phineas, Ferb, and Isabella returned to the yard, Perry was waiting for them. Candace hurried home too. She dragged her mom into the backyard. "Mom, come on!" she cried. "You've got to see this." If nothing else, Candace wanted to bust her brothers. Phineas set up the microphone in front of Perry. "Okay," he said. "We've been waiting all day for this." Perry made his chittering noise. Everyone waited. Then, brrr, the animal translator played the chittering noise right back. "Oh well," Phineas said. "I guess it doesn't mean anything." "Aw," Mom said. "You know he's saying, 'You guys are the best. Now come inside for some lemonade.'" Candace couldn't believe it. Her brothers had gotten away without being busted again. Just then, Jeremy walked up. "Hey, Candace," he called. "I brought your shoe. I washed it. Here, allow me." Jeremy slipped the shoe onto Candace's foot. She felt just like a princess and fainted. "Candace, you okay?" Jeremy asked. "Enchanted," she replied.
Thank you for watching our videos. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like.